Good afternoon, all. Welcome to the lecture of discrete mathematical structure. Okay. So in last lecture, we have seen what is a tautology, contradiction, and contingency. A statement pattern having truth values are true for all possible combination of truth values of its prime components is called a tautology, and if a statement pattern whose truth value is false for all the possible combination of truth values of its prime component is called a contradiction, and a statement pattern which is neither a tautology nor a contradiction is called a contingency. These are the definitions of these three concepts, which are nothing but tautology, contradiction, and contingency. काही जो स्टेटमेंट पॅटर्न दिलाय त्याच्या करस्पॉन्डिंग जो कॉलम येईल त्यातल्या सर्व ट्रूथ व्हॅल्यू जर ट्रू असतील तर त्याला म्हणणार टॉटॉलॉजी, जर सर्व ट्रूथ व्हॅल्यू हे फॉल्स असतील तर त्याला म्हणणार कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन. आणखीन जर ट्रू आणि फॉल्स व्हॅल्यू जर कॉम्बिनेशन मध्ये असतील म्हणजे मिक्स असतील, शेवट जो आपला स्टेटमेंट पॅटर्न आहे शेवटचा जो काही कॉलम असेल माझा त्यामध्ये जर ट्रू आणि फॉल्स दोन्ही मिक्स असतील तर त्याला म्हणणार आपण कॉन्टिजेन्सी. ओके, नाउ विल सी by taking some examples. Okay, screen is visible. Using truth tables, examine whether each of the following statement, each of the following statement is a tautology or a contradiction or contingency. Now, first one, P and Q and negation of P or negation of Q. Second one, P and P conditional negation of Q conditional P. And finally last one, example will be P or Q or R biconditional, that is if and only if P or Q or R. Okay, so these are the three statement patterns and we have to check whether these statement patterns are tautology, contradiction or contingency by finding its truth table. Okay, now we will take first one, solution. First one, P and Q and negation of P or negation of. Okay, now we require first P and Q. Here is P, Q. Second, negation of P, negation of Q, negation P, negation Q. After that, P and Q, and then negation of P or negation of Q, and finally the combining these two, that is P and Q and negation of P or negation of Q. Okay, so these are our, and this will be our required statement pattern. Now first, PQ, the possible combinations of it, these P and statements P and Q are nothing but this one will be true, this one again true, true, false, false, true, false, false. Negation of P, TTFF, then its negation will be FFTT, FFTT. PQ statement Q is nothing but TF, then its negation will be FTF. False, true, false. Now P and Q, and we know that the conjunction statement If we combine two statements together by using the connective and, then it is called a conjunction, and its truth value will be true whenever both P and Q are true, and these will be possible in first case only, since here only P and Q are true, and all the remaining cases either P or Q must be false. Therefore, its truth value is here true, and all the remaining cases it is false. Negation of P or negation of Q. We know that if P and Q are two statements, then P or Q is false if and only both are false. Otherwise, it is always true. Again here, F, then it must be F, and all the remaining cases we get true. So these are our two statement patterns. Now we have to find out finally P and Q and a negation of P or negation of Q. Again, we have to use the definition of conjunction. These two statements are true if and only both are true. Here T, this one true, this one false. Therefore, it is false. This one false, this one true, again false. This one false, this true, false, false, true, again false. So all the truth values, in the last column, identical, that is column or pattern having truth values are false for all the possible combination of truth values of its prime components. Contradiction. Now, second one. P and P conditional negation of Q. Conditional. So here we require P, Q, negation of Q, P conditional negation of Q, P and P conditional negation of Q, and finally P conditional, P and P conditional negation of Q, conditional P. Okay, so here P and Q, its combinations are true, false, true, true, false, true, false, false, true, false, false. Negation of Q, false, true, false, true. P and P conditional negation of Q. If P and Q are two statements, then P conditional Q is false if only P is true and Q is false. As here P conditional negation of Q, then this statement will be false only when P is true and negation of Q is false. And here in first case P is true and negation of Q is false, then it is false. In second case P true, negation of Q true, then it must be true. As here false false, then must be false. Now P and P conditional negation of Q. P and Q will be true whenever both are true. Therefore P and P conditional negation of Q is true only when both are true, and that is in the second case only. Therefore all are false and second will be true. Okay, now last one, this one conditional P. So this one will be false whenever this will be true, that is this column is true and the entry in this column will be false, then only it is false, otherwise it is always true. So here false, here true, it must be false, it must be true. This true, again true. There is a, this will be true, again it is true. This one false, false. This one false, again it is True, true. Since this statement will be false, if and only if this will be true and this one will be false. Okay, as here this one is not possible, such case is not possible, therefore all the entries in the last column are true. Then by the definition of tautology, it is a tautology. Truth values in the last column are true. Hence, it is tautology. Okay. Now, in case if suppose this one is replaced, this P is replaced by Q, P and P conditional negation of Q, then what should be? If suppose here there is a Q. Okay, so there is only change in this last column. Here we have to take Q. Now check what should be its possible truth values. Okay, now P and P conditional negation of Q conditional Q. This will be false whenever this will be true and this will be false. Okay, so this will be false, this will be true. First true, true. This will be true and this will be false. Therefore, here we get false. And this will be F, this will be again in P, therefore it is T. And this will be F, this will be F, again T. So here now, here the truth values in the last column are mixed. That is true and false are mixed. Therefore, here the truth values in the last column are not identical. Truth values in the last column are not identical. Therefore, it is neither a contradiction nor a tautology. Therefore, it must be a contingency. It implies it is contingency. Okay. Any doubt? कोणाला काही डाऊट यामध्ये? Okay. Okay, so take the third one as a homework, that is this one. Take this one as homework. Check what should be, whether it is a tautology, contradiction or contingency. Now, the next concept will be quantifiers and quantified statements. Quantifiers and quantified statements. Quantifiers and quantified statements. Okay, see the first let us see some example. Look at the, and that example we will define the concepts quantifiers and quantified statements. Look at the following statements. Look at the following statements. First one, P. Statement P is nothing but there exists an even prime number in the set of natural numbers. In the set of natural numbers. Okay. Second one, all natural numbers are positive. All natural numbers are positive. Okay. So now each of them, these two statements, each of them asserts a condition, asserts a condition for some or all objects in a collection. All objects in a collection. Words there exist. There exists and for all are called quantifiers. Are called quantifiers. Quantifiers. Statements involving quantifiers are called quantified statements. Statements involving quantifiers are called quantified statements. Okay, so let us see what is the quantifier and quantified statements. If suppose we have the statements of this state, that is there is a statement of this state, there exists an even prime number in the set of natural number. Here we have to show that the existence of such a number, and in second one we have given that all natural numbers are positive. It means here this all represents all the natural numbers, and it says that all natural numbers are positive. So these two conditions, sorry, these two statements asserts a condition for some or all objects in a collection. For some, statement P is represents for some objects, and second condition, this one Q, all represents all the objects in a corresponding collection. So the words of the type there exist or for all are called the quantifiers, and the statements which involves these quantifiers are called the quantified statements. As the statement P involves the quantifier there exists, therefore it is a quantified statement, and in Q also there is a quantifier for all, therefore it is again a quantified statement. Okay, so these are the definitions for our quantifiers and quantified statements. If a statement involving quantifiers is called quantified statements, and quantifiers are nothing but there exist and for all. Okay, now there exist is called there exist is called existential quantifier. Existential quantifier, and it is denoted by the symbol. It is denoted by this symbol. There exist. Okay, so if there is a word there exists, then it is denoted by this symbol, and it is called a existential quantifier. And for all it's called universal quantifier. It's called universal quantifier, and it is denoted by the symbol this one, for all. If there is this symbol, then it represents the for all. Okay, and for all is called the universal quantifier, and there exists is called the existential quantifier. Now a statement quantified by which is quantified by universal quantifier, universal quantifier for all quantifier for all is true if all objects in the collection satisfy the condition and is false and it is false if at least one object in the collection does not satisfy the condition. Does not satisfy the condition. Okay. So a statement quantified by the universal quantifier for all. जर एखाद्या स्टेटमेंट मध्ये फॉर ऑलचा जर सिम्बॉल असेल, फॉर ऑल जर दिलेली असेल क्वांटिफायर, तर दिलेला ऑब्जेक्ट हा किंवा दिलेली स्टेटमेंट ही ट्रू कधी असेल, जर ते प्रत्येक बाबतीत जर ट्रू होत असेल तरच, म्हणजे दिलेल्या प्रत्येक ऑब्जेक्टसाठी जर ते ट्रू असेल तरच तो करस्पॉन्डिंग स्टेटमेंट ही ट्रू असेल. जर एक जरी ऑब्जेक्ट मला मिळाला ज्यासाठी ती स्टेटमेंट ट्रू नसेल तर ती स्टेटमेंट ही फॉल्स असेल. ओके. नाउ सिमिलरली वी हॅव टू चेक फॉर द एक्झिस्टेंशियल quantifier. The statement quantified by existential quantifier there exists and is true if at least one object in the collection satisfy the condition and it falls if no object in the collection satisfies the condition. Okay. सो त्याच्या नावात जवळपास दिलेलं आहे देअर एक्झिस्ट म्हणजे मला एखादं फक्त एक्झिस्टन्स दाखवायचं आहे. एक जरी मिळाला जो की ट्रू आहे तर ती करस्पॉन्डंट पूर्णसाठी ट्रू असेल. आणखीन जर कोणासाठी जर ट्रू नसेल म्हणजे प्रत्येक ऑब्जेक्टसाठी जर फॉल्स असेल तरच ते फॉल्स असेल. ओके. लेट अस चेक बाय टेकिंग एक्झाम्पल. If capital A be a set which contains 7 elements, if capital A be a set which contains the 7 elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay. Determine the truth value. Determine the following. Okay. Now first one is nothing but there exists x belonging to A such that x is equal to x minus 4 is equal to 3. X minus 4 is equal to 3. And second one, for all x belonging to A x plus 1 is greater equal by 3. ओके, सो मला इथे काय दिलंय, एक सेट दिलंय ज्यामध्ये 7 एलिमेंट आहेत, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. आणखीन मला या करस्पॉन्डिंग स्टेटमेंटची ट्रूथ व्हॅल्यू काढायची by using this existential operator and universal operator. Now, in first one, we have to show that there exists at least one x belonging to capital A such that x minus 4 equal to 3. म्हणजे मला एक जरी x हा a मधला मिळाला ज्यासाठी x minus 4 हा इक्वल होईल 3 ला, तर ही दिलेली स्टेटमेंट माझी ट्रू आहे, कारण इथं देर एक्झिस्ट आहे. देर एक्झिस्ट हा जो क्वांटिफायर आहे हा ट्रूथ व्हॅल्यू कधी देतो, जर एक जरी ऑब्जेक्ट मिळाला जो की ट्रू असेल तर तो ट्रू देईल. आणखीन जर एकाही तशा ऑब्जेक्टसाठी हे ट्रू नसेल तेव्हाच तो फॉल्स देईल. म्हणजे मला जर एक जरी एक्स या ए मधून मिळाला ज्यासाठी एक्स मायनस 4 3 मिळाला तर ही दिलेली स्टेटमेंट ट्रू होईल, अदरवाइज इट इज फॉल्स. इन सेकंड वन, फॉर ऑल एक्स बिलॉंगिंग टू ए एक्स प्लस 1 इज ग्रेटर इक्वल बाय 3. म्हणजे जर मी एक्स मधला कोणताही एलिमेंट घेतला त्यासाठी जर एक्स प्लस 1 हा 3 च्या इक्वल येईल किंवा 3 च्या मोठा येईल तरच हा दिलेली स्टेटमेंट माझी ट्रू होईल. सिन्स इट इज नथिंग बट द universal operator, and universal operator is true whenever it is true for all the corresponding objects, and it is false when it is false for at least one object. Okay, see its solution. First one, for x equal to 7, for x equal to 7, x minus 4 is nothing but x minus 4 is equal to x equal to 7 minus 4 and which is equal to 3. So there exists one element x which is equal to 7 and which is belonging to capital A, for which x minus 4 will be equal to 3. Therefore, x equal to 7 satisfies the equation, x minus 4 is equal to 3. So as there exists one element, therefore it will be give a true value. The given statement is true, therefore the given statement is true and its truth value is now we have to show that for second one is nothing but we have to show for all x belonging to A, x plus 1 will be greater equal y 3. That is, if we take any element in A, then it holds this condition. Check second one. For x equal to 1, since 1 is an element which is belonging to capital E, x plus 1 is equal to 1 plus 1 and which is equal to 2, which is not greater than 3, since 2 is less than 3. But we have to show that x plus 1 is always greater equal by 3. As 2 is not equal to 3, therefore we have to check whether 2 is greater than 3. But 2 is not greater than 3, so which is not greater than or equal to 3. It means here exists one element in A for which x plus 1 is not greater equal by 3. So therefore for x equal to 1, x plus 1 greater equal by 3 is not true. एक जरी मला मिळाला ज्यासाठी हे ट्रू नसेल, आणखी युनिव्हर्सल क्वांटिफायर जर असेल तुमच्याकडे तर दिलेली स्टेटमेंट हे फॉल्स असेल, which implies the truth value of the given statement is f. The truth value of a given statement is since it is a false statement by the definition of universal quantifier. So in this way we can check the examples by the definition of universal and existential quantifiers. Now the next concept is nothing but the dual. The letters T and C denote tautology and contradiction contradiction respectively. Okay, so the letter small t and c, where t small t denotes the tautology and small c denotes the contradiction. Now, if two statement contain logical connectives, logical connectives and or and letters P and C are called, then they are said to be, then they are said to be duals of each other, duals of each other if one of them is obtained from the other, obtained from the other by interchanging or with and T with C. ओके, टी आणि सी माझी मी सिम्बॉल यूज करणार आहे कशासाठी, टॉटोलॉजी आणि कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन. इफ टू स्टेटमेंट्स कंटेन्स द लॉजिकल कनेक्टिव्हिटीज अँड ऑर अँड लेटर्स टी अँड सी, दॅट इज टॉटोलॉजी ऑन कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन. जर टू स्टेटमेंट कोणतेही दोन स्टेटमेंट असतील त्यामध्ये जर हे सिम्बॉल जर असते, म्हणजे एकतर लॉजिकल कनेक्टिव्ह ऍड नसेल किंवा ऑर असेल किंवा टॉटोलॉजी असेल किंवा कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन असेल, such type of statements are called the dual of each other. That is, first statement will be a dual of second statement if one of them is obtained from the other by interchanging or with and T with C. If suppose there are P and Q two statements and P statement contains this or connective and Q statement contains and connective and all the remaining themes are same, then P is called the dual of Q. Similarly, P contains T and Q contains P contains T and Q contains C, and all the remaining part will be same. Then it is called a dual of each other. For example, suppose P and Q is dual of which one? P or Q. Since P and Q are the same things in both the statements, but we have to just replace and with or and T with C. Similarly, if suppose this one will be first example, dual of T or P is, now here we have to replace both the things, since we have to interchange and with or with and T with C or C with T. Therefore here both the things are there, T and or, therefore we have to replace these things by C and symbol. Therefore its dual will be C and P. Similarly, the dual of T and P is, now we have to replace T by C and by or, which is nothing but C or. So in this way we can find out the dual of the given statements. Okay, up to now, any doubt? Okay, any doubt? Okay. So, what is the dual of two statements? If suppose we have two statements which contains the logical connectivities or and the letters T and C. T where T is nothing but the tautology and C is nothing but the contradiction. Then these two statements are said to be the dual of each other. म्हणजे एखादी दोन स्टेटमेंट जर असतील तर ते एकमेकांचे ड्युएल कधी होतील, जर ती ही कंडिशन सॅटिस्फाय करत असतील तर. जर पहिल्या स्टेटमेंट मध्ये माझ्या जर ऑर असेल तर सेकंड स्टेटमेंट मध्ये अँड असला पाहिजे आणि रेस्ट थिंग्स सगळे डिफरंट पाहिजे. सिमिलरली इफ फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट कंटेन्स टी then second statement must contains C with all the things are same. If suppose there is a statement which contains both the terms, that is either or and TC, then its corresponding another statement contains the its duals. That is, if suppose first statement contains this or and T, then its dual contains, that is its another statement contains and C, then they are called the dual of each other. For example, if suppose there is a first statement, this one P and Q, then its dual is, then by its definition we have to replace this and by or, then it is a dual of P and Q. So this one is nothing but the dual of this one. Similarly, now in second one we have to find out the dual of T or P. By definition we have to replace T by C and or by N, which is nothing but C and P. Similarly, the dual of this one is T and P. We have to replace T by C and by or, which is nothing but C or P. So this one is nothing but the definition of dual statement. Okay. Now, any doubt? Okay. Now we have to see the negation of a compound statement. This will be the next concept, which is nothing but negation of. And what is negation? We know, if we have one statement P, then there is one another statement which is true whenever P is false and which is false whenever P is true. But we have to find out the negation of all the compound statement, that is conjunction, disjunction, conditional and biconditional statement. So here negation of compound statements. First compound statement will be conjunction. Now, first one, negation of conjunction. Negation of conjunction. And conjunction is nothing but P and Q is called the conjunction. Okay. Now, definition: the negation of P and Q. Okay, since this one is nothing but the conjunction statement, P conjunction Q. Now we have to find out its negation. So negation of P and Q is this one, negation of P or negation of Q. That is, negation is denoted by this symbol. Negation of P and Q is equal to negation of P or negation of Q. Okay, so if suppose we have two statements P and Q, and there is one more statement which is a compound statement of these two statements P and Q, which is nothing but the P conjunction Q. So if we have to find out the negation of that third statement, that is P and Q, negation of P and Q is nothing but negation of P or negation of Q. That is, the negation is denoted by this symbol. Therefore, negation of P and Q is equal to negation of P or negation of Q. Similarly, negation of disjunction is nothing but negation of disjunction. Okay, now what is the negation of disjunction? The negation of P or Q. Since disjunction is nothing but P or Q, either we can read it as P or Q or P disjunction Q. So its negation is negation of P and a negation of Q. That is, negation of P or Q is equal to negation of P and a negation of Q. Now the third will be negation of conditional statement. Negation of conditional, which is also called as implication. Implication. Now, the conditional statement, the conditional statement if P then Q is false only if P is a true and Q is false. In all other cases, it is always true. In all other cases, it is true. ओके. सो आपल्याला माहितीच आहे एखादी कंडिशनल स्टेटमेंट असेल तर ती फॉल्स कधी होते जर फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट ही ट्रू असेल आणखी सेकंड वन जर फॉल्स असेल तरच करस्पॉन्डिंग स्टेटमेंट कंडिशनल स्टेटमेंट ही फॉल्स येईल. अदरवाइज इट इज ऑलवेज true. Now we have to use this definition to find out its negation. Therefore, the negation of the statement, so the negation of the statement P, if P then Q is, if P then Q is P and not Q. Okay, so here if there is a statement if P then Q, then its negation is nothing but P and not Q. That is negation of P conditional Q is equal to P and not Q means negation of Q. So if there is only conditional statement, then its negation is nothing but P and not Q. Now last one, which is nothing but the biconditional. That is fourth one, negation of a biconditional statement. Negation of biconditional. Again, we know that the biconditional statement will be true whenever the truth values of both the statements are same. Then only the corresponding compound statement, that is biconditional statement, will be a true. Otherwise it is always false. That is if P and Q are true statements, then P biconditional Q is true if and only if the truth values of P and Q are same. So its negation is nothing but the negation of P if and only if Q, P if and only if Q is the statement P and not Q, P and not Q, or Q and not P. Okay, if suppose we have two statements P and Q, then the negation of P by conditional Q is nothing but P and not Q or Q and not P. That is the biconditional is denoted by this symbol P implies and implied by Q, and its negation will be equal to P and not Q. P and not Q means negation of Q, or is denoted by this symbol Q and not P. So negation of biconditional is nothing but P and not Q or Q and not P. Now the next definition is nothing but the converse, inverse and contrapositive of a given statements. Converse, inverse and contrapositive. Okay, now from implication, P to Q, or that is P conditional Q, we can obtain three implications. We can obtain three implications called converse, inverse and contrapositive. ओके, जर माझ्याकडे एक स्टेटमेंट असेल P कंडिशनल Q, दॅट इज P इम्प्लाइज Q, तर त्या एका स्टेटमेंट पासून मला तीन स्टेटमेंट मिळतील पहिली स्टेटमेंट असेल कन्वर्स, दुसरी स्टेटमेंट असेल इनवर्स अँड थर्ड वन असेल कॉन्ट्रा पॉझिटिव्ह. फॉर एक्झाम्पल कन्वर्स इज डिनोटेड बाय Q2P is called converse of P to Q. Okay, if there is a statement P conditional Q, then Q conditional P is called the converse of this statement P conditional Q. Negation of P, conditional negation of Q is called inverse of of P conditional Q. And finally, negation of Q conditional negation of P is called contrapositive of P conditional Q. ओके, जर माझ्याकडे P टू Q ही एक जर स्टेटमेंट असेल, म्हणजे P कंडिशनल Q ही स्टेटमेंट असेल, तर त्याचं कन्वर्स कसे मिळेल Q कंडिशनल P. इनवर्स कसे मिळेल नेगेशन ऑफ P कंडिशनल नेगेशन ऑफ Q, and its contrapositive is nothing but negation of Q2, that is negation of Q conditional negation of P. Let us take one example. Write the converse inverse and contrapositive of the statement which is nothing but if it rains the match will be cancelled. The match will be cancelled. So this will be our given statement, and from this one we have to write its converse, inverse and contrapositive. First let us take P as first statement. It rains, and Q as the match gets cancelled. The match gets, if it rains then match will be cancelled. Sorry, here we have to take the then. If it rains then match will be cancelled. The match gets cancelled. Okay, so these are the two statements, that is P conditional Q. Since here we have used the logical connective if then it is a conditional statement, which implies it is nothing but P conditional Q. Now we have to write its converse. The converse is nothing but its converse is, by definition, its converse is Q conditional P. Just put the value given statements Q and P, then we get the converse. Now Q is nothing but the match gets cancelled. So if the match gets cancelled, then it rains, which is again nothing but Q conditional P. Now second one, its inverse is negation of P conditional negation of Q. Now it rains will be a P, then its negation will be if it does not rain. So just put if does not rain, then negation of Q is the match gets cancelled, then its negation will be the match will not be cancelled, then the match will not be cancelled. So this one is nothing but the inverse. Now we have to find out last one, which is nothing but contrapositive. Its contrapositive is contra positive is negation of q, conditional negation of q. So negation of q is nothing but if the match is not cancelled, if the match is not cancelled, then it does not rain. It does not rain. Okay, so if we have only one statement, that is p conditional q, then from that we can find out three statements, which is nothing but converse, inverse, and contrapositive of the given p conditional q. Okay, any doubt? Okay, so remaining part we will see in the next lecture. You can leave the meeting.